Jackson Jobe. Evan Petzold tweeted it, X posted it, whatever you guys call it these days. Jackson Jobe did not talk to reporters, wasn't seen in the clubhouse. His fastball velocity was down just under 2 miles per hour. The Tigers closed clubhouse access within an hour of the game ending while reporters were waiting for Jobe. That was a violation of MLB club and media regulations.
Snitch.
So we're going to pay fines and not pay Scooble?
I guess so. But yeah, so, and let's talk about it. As you can tell, Spenny's charged up, certainly about it. But the word on the street is, and this is just a speculation, there hasn't been any, official confirmation, is Jobe may be sent down to AAA.
Yeah, this was the word from Lynn Henning and only Lynn Henning.
Right.
Okay, so if
speculation.
That's it. Go down and work on whatever.
But why?
Why? Because it's a roster move. It's a roster move to somebody else they don't want to set down, and you got the ability to send this kid down. It's always the way it is. It's by numbers, by whatever else, or they want him to go work on something. You got to, if you trust in AJ Hinch and Chris Fetter and whatever to get them out there, then there's something going on that you don't see that they want to nip in the bud, or simply he's a low man on the totem pole that they don't want to send somebody else down because of contract implications or losing a guy or whatever in like a Malloy or something. Maybe I don't know the contract situation, but I don't. It's if he's down for long, Spenny. Does he miss his starts?
No,
that's
but
what he starts.
The thing is that they're going to send him down to bring up Alex Cobb to throw right, and that was Lynn Henning's whole thing, and that's just.
Okay, well, it was always going to happen. So if Alex Cobb was healthy at the beginning of the season, Jackson Jobe wouldn't be here.
I just disagree. I don't think you make a move to make a move. The kid's 4-1. The team is 9-1.
You don't make a move to start the guy like it.
No,
maybe
not when this kid's rolling.
I'll get with you on pick another guy.
Yeah, Brevia should be the guy you
Okay,
send
so
down.
maybe that could be it, but I don't know what the implications of that are. But the thing is, Alex Cobb was always going to be here pitching, because he's your free agent side. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so was Kenta Maeda. Like, this kid, he's
Kenta Maeda's not even here yet. Did you just come?
They got the same contract, and Kenta Maeda actually gotten out. No, and he only pitched 18 innings last year.
So then that comment you just made was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's you're getting the same thing. You paid this guy.
Has Alex Cobb pitched this year?
No,
Can you
only
save that until you watch him pitch?
So I'm not just throwing him into the fire to put that
I trust
kid who's
AJ
pitching
Hinch.
well.
I trust AJ Hinch and
He's
Scott
4-1.
Harris.
He's only let up more than 3 runs in one start. You don't send him down. That would be stupid. The only thing he does is embarrass him.
Spenny, you want to come in the locker room? There's something else.
Yeah,
like there's something else to why. But
and this
don't
is all
say
speculation. Nobody knows any backing to anything.
Right, so
they're
wait
saying.
and see.
Well, they do know the velo's down. They do know that.
1.5 miles per hour.
Yeah,
that's bullshit. Like, that means nothing.
But you can't act like Cobb was never. What are we talking about?
Dude, his whip's 1.5.
He's smarter than that.
And they're 4.
His whip's 1.5.
And they're 9-1 when he starts. I don't give a shit about whip.
His whip's 1.5.
I give a shit about wins. And Alex Cobb is
Spenny, you don't think it's an issue, but AJ Hinch and Scott Harris think it's an issue. That's what they're telling me. But I'm gonna wait and hear. I'm gonna wait and see what happens. Dude, Neil, what does this tell you? That
if he gets put on the IL, he gets put on the IL, and that's I can accept. If they just send him down, I think that's stupid.
I mean,
but there hasn't been any movement on any. This is just what Lynn Henning's reporting, right?
This is
like we haven't seen a transaction.
Speculating.
We haven't seen a transaction in
Correct.
major, right? Okay, can we just wait and see?
Which would kind of be my question, like, wouldn't you just put him on the DL instead of using one of the,
I don't know. Dude, now we're getting into your.
To me, you said it. Like
we're getting into your level of whatever. All I know is that it doesn't matter what they've noticed something in a young guy that the stats are probably whatever, and you have to. So they look at it as, okay, there's something going on. This is just me translating. So he needs to pitch. It's not the fact that he's got a bad arm or whatever. Work him out of that. We need Cobb to come up. So why don't we just send him down and bring Cobb up if that's the case? Because they're gonna work him through something.
What do you got? What do you got, Simeon?
He said it. He trusts AJ Hinch. What reason do we have to not trust Fetter, Hinch, and Scott Harris?
Like, that's 100%. No, 100% fair.
Like, what did we think when we brought up Chase?
And that's what I'm saying. It's not like he got sent down already. This is just a speculation of a reporter that he might get sent down. There is nothing backing the fact that he might get sent down. There is no reason to send the kid down right now.
I agree there's no reason, but if he did get sent down, then there's something that you got to trust your GM and the fact that Alex Cobb is coming up, there's got to be a bet. And I agree, Spenny. Isn't there somebody else?
Brebbia should be, if a pitcher is sent down, it should be Brebbia.
Okay.
And then start Cobb in the pen. Give him a couple. He's pitched 18 innings in the last 2 years. Like, I'm not just throwing him into the starter role.
He did start at ALCS last year.
Of his 18 innings pitched last year.
Again, Chris Fetter, AJ Hinch. If they parade him out in the bullpen or they parade him out in the start, that's the beauty of having this team. And if you really trust them, like you can be upset all you want, but you got to let it play out.
Jackson, the minor leagues, AAA, Toledo have nothing for Jackson Jobe. If you send Jackson Jobe, if it's not an injury, and you send Jackson Jobe down, the only thing it does is hurt his confidence and embarrass him. That's it.
Hoof-hearted, Crypto McDavid spitting facts.
Hold on. Why is it hurt? Why? Because this generation is so fucking soft.
Yeah, but Spenny,
you're so fucking soft.
He outran those analytical numbers in a game where they scored 14 runs.
Guys
Spenny, come on, dude. You're better than this, man.
What do you mean I'm better?
You're better than this. The whip is 1.5, dude. It's not sustainable. It's not.
Alex Cobb's career
Spenny,
whip is 1.5.
the whip is 1.5. It's not sustainable.
Alex Cobb's career whip is 1.5. It's not like he's a Cy Young winner.
It's not sustainable like
this,
dude.
He's your fifth starter.
It's not.
He's a rookie. I'm not expecting Cy Young numbers from him. He's pitched well as a rookie, and the team is 9-1.
So it's not. It's not. So your words. It's nothing. The velo's down almost 2 miles an hour. That's nothing.
1.5 miles an hour.
Almost,
no,
yeah,
it's
almost
not.
2.
In one start.
It's nothing.
No, it's not. That is nothing.
Okay, man.
Could he be tired? Broder says Jobe hasn't pitched this much in a 24-month period in his life.
That's kind of what I was leaning at. Like it's a lot, dude. Like it's a lot. And like the people that thought they were just going to bring him in, he was going to be the fifth starter and have 35 starts, dude. Like it's not working.
We're
It's
talking
not
about
go
the
that
fifth
way.
starter, right? Isn't the fifth starter the one that usually gets, maneuvered?
Now he's the number one pitching prospect in baseball.
Massaged.
You give him the starts.
You know
Spenny.
what? You know what happens? And I think that this is what, if there is something of a move happening, it's because they don't want it to deteriorate into something else. Nip it in the bud. And as your fifth starter and your young guy and your number one pitching prospect, do you not handle it with kid gloves? Look at the
100%, yeah.
Right? Like, look at what else? Look
I don't
at
know
our
if
pitching.
AJ Hinch has handled him with kid gloves. He put him in a playoff situation, one of his
I
third
get that
pitching
was
appearances
last
in the
year.
league.
This is this year. This is like they're trying to make him spending. They know that what they've gotten him. Like it's not like we're talking about incompetent fucking people at the helm and their pitching coach and their GM and whatever. Like that's how we're acting like they don't see that. So obviously they're taking care. But I would just say let's see what AJ says or somebody asks him, or if there is a transaction that he gets set down, then we can go from there.
Yeah. And like the whole they win when he pitches, dude. That's an analytical exception to the rule, man. When you roll out, you give up 6 runs in 3 2/3.
One start.
They give you 14 runs where you walk 5 guys in 5 innings.
So
you win that game too.
He gave up
like,
6 runs
that happened
in one start.
Correct.
And the rest of
and
them,
they won the
it's
game.
been 3 or less.
And they won the game. And then the next start, he walks 5 guys, but gets out of it.
Yeah.
But gets out of
because
it.
Of his
but you
stuff.
can't continue to walk guys at that rate.
That's going to happen when you're a rookie,
you
dude.
Can't.
That's what happens.
You can't outrun that forever.
When
you're
a rookie, that's what happens.
Spenny, the ERA is 4.2, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The whip's 1.5, dude. Like you can't. That's a fugazi that they're 7-1 in his starts or whatever that number is.
9-1.
9-1. Sorry, that's like it's fake. It flies in the face of fact. It just does.
Well, the fact
it
is
does,
they're 9-1.
and the velo's down, dude. So yeah, man. I wouldn't mind him skipping a turn.
No, fuck that.
100%, I wouldn't mind. So you want him to throw 200 innings, Spenny?
Maybe.
Put him on the IR.
So you want him to throw 200 innings this year?
I want him to get as many starts as he possibly can.
So you want him to throw 200 innings?
If he is not injured, I want him starting. Yes.
200 innings?
Yes, if
that's
what it is.
stupid, dude. That is stupid.
Does anybody throw 200 innings, Neil? You're just throwing out these random things that don't make
Because that's
sense.
what you're saying. I want as many starts as possible. I'll throw him 200 innings. You literally just said that.
Neil,
I can only go by what you
Neil.
say. Well, this is what you do all the time.
This is what I do all the time?
Well, you just said it. at
If
200
Justin
innings.
Verlander started 2 Super Bowls for the Tigers, would everybody hate him? That's what you do all
Yeah,
the time,
no,
Neil.
but-
What I
but-
say is this kid needs starts. Is he going to throw
He
200
can't.
innings?
How many
No.
innings can he throw this
Nobody
year?
throws 200 innings.
How many
I don't
innings?
know,
How many innings
150
did you
plus?
expect him to throw?
150 at least.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance, dude. No chance. Because he threw an inning in the playoffs last year. He's ready to throw 175
No,
innings.
because he's the #1 pitching prospect in baseball, and he's ready to
Correct.
start his career.
And his velo's down almost 2 miles an hour, man.
1.5 miles an hour.
So almost
from
2.
From one start to another.
Yeah, almost 2.
And so that 3-4 inning start is making you say, "Oh, he's not ready." Like,
No, the 1.5 whip and the 4.22 ERA and 5 walks in a game.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention to that.
Okay,
just
well,
like they are.
Look at every other starter that had their first season and played their full first season. Look at their numbers and tell me it's not similar
Okay,
to
look
Jackson
at
Jobe.
all those guys.
Look at, Tarek
Look at all
Skubal's
those guys that roll out the rookie year. They throw 180 innings, dude.
That's
Doesn't
nor-
happen.
That's normally what happens. Yes, it
No,
does.
it's when.
Look at Tarek Skubal. He threw 149 innings his first career season, and he had a 4+ ERA, and he had a 1+ WHIP. That's what happens.
Yeah, and he was also
with young
28.
pitchers. Yeah, okay, and this kid's ready to go. He was ready before that because he's such a freak. Sending him to AAA does nothing unless he's injured. Unless he's actually injured, then I'm fine with that.
Right, which is probably the case.
I mean, I don't know how you can make that assumption, but we'll see.
Well, I don't know how you can't. Why does the
nothing
velo
is-
drop?
I think
Nothing has
Broder
come
brings
up
up a
on
good
it.
point. If he's tired, you're not going to waste innings in AAA with them.
Yeah.
Probably.
You just put him on the IL.
Well, that's why I would do
No.
and you don't use up an option
That makes sense.
in that case.
Here's another thing, guys. I was young when this happened. I'm pretty sure this happened. Didn't someone by the name of Max Scherzer get sent down like 2-3 months into his first season?
Oh, 100%.
His first
Well,
season,
he had
season with
success.
the Tigers.
Yeah.
He had
that was-
success in the
that
league.
was not his first season as a pitcher. That was his first season with the
with the
Tigers,
Tigers.
and he was struggling a lot.